Des Bryant continues to send mixed signals when it comes to his maturity. The wideout has said he wanted to be a leader and has made progress, but again, he finds himself apologizing for not illustrating said leadership. Stephen A., do you think you can empathize with Des Bryant?
Oh, I can empathize with him big time. And, you know, I quite honestly, I'm disappointed in Des Bryant on this morning, more so than I was disappointed in him on Sunday. You got to stay on the field. There's no doubt about that. And we understand that there's a level of professional decorum that you must exhibit at all times, and you can't be belligerent or childlike in any way to the point where it's so conspicuous, so obvious that you bring even more attention to yourself and your team than you need to. We understand that. The antics on the sideline, throwing stuff and, you know, everything like that. Clearly, he's a boy mentally, hanging around a bunch of men, and he needs to grow up in certain respects. And I don't say that in a derogatory fashion. I'm just talking about the kid in him who loves the game. That's all I meant by the boy comment. But you just got to rein in your emotions. But where my disappointment comes in is that I really, really believe that he's flat out lying through his teeth when he said it wasn't about his teammates. Well, who the hell else was it about? The fact of the matter is the Dallas Cowboys were leading 26-3, and they lost this game. They were leading 29-10. They lost this game. They were leading 36-24. They lost this game. Who else was it about? Was it about the concession workers? Was it about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders? Was it about the fans? Absolutely, positively not. It was about the people wearing the same uniform as you. It was about the coach assigned to preside over this franchise that's fallen short of fulfilling his responsibilities. It's about an offensive coordinator and a head coach that don't seem to be on the same page. It's about an owner who's clearly the hype machine personified and a brilliant businessman, but as far as I'm concerned, is so caught up in doing things his way and receiving credit for it that he has completely sold out Cowboy Nation because 17 years, you got one playoff victory. That is just pathetic. Well, plain and simple. If I'm Des Bryant, I understand why this man is crying. I understand why this man's depressed. I understand why this man is frustrated beyond repair. But you can't act out the way that he did. But to sit there and say it had absolutely, positively nothing to do with your teammates, oh, that's definitely PR talking to you, along with Jason Garrett, and y'all trying to spin doctor things the day after to put a good face on one of the ugliest faces in the NFL right now, which is the Dallas Cowboys. It is very, very simple to me. As far as I'm concerned, Skip, I don't believe him. It was all about his teammates. Can't act that way. He was wrong, but don't tell me that it wasn't about your teammates. I only believe, it's just an opinion, I believe he's lying. He's lying.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're saying that in truth, at heart, he just didn't want to be seen with those teammates anymore. He didn't want to associate with them as the clock was running out, as Green Bay knelt out the comeback win. He wanted to get the heck out of Dodge and just get to the locker room because he was sick and tired of the players around him who had blown that game.
Yeah, that too. I think that the loss hurt him, but he was disgusted being around his own teammates because he's tired of them falling short. Yes.
Okay. So, can I turn the tables on young Des Bryant and suggest that if I can go back to what happened at Kansas City this year, when Des Bryant dropped a touchdown pass right in his hands in the fourth quarter, that day, I wish his entire team, as Kansas City knelt out the win, had exited stage right and hauled it for the locker room and left him by himself standing on the sidelines in the glare of the spotlight because he deserved it that day. He still drops too many passes. Again, let's put this in the big picture. This is an immensely talented kid, potentially the most talented player on the entire team, including the quarterback. But there was a reason Des Bryant fell to the bottom of the first round in the draft, and Jerry Jones was able to trade up and snatch him. The reason was he was a problem child from Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State, had mommy issues, and there are all sorts of things going on off the field that had red flags flying about Des Bryant. Team after team after team passed on him. Dallas took the risk, and now I'm seeing it again from Jason Garrett yesterday, coddling Des, saying, oh, sure, I can see why he didn't want to cry in front of the TV cameras. The sympathy came from the head coach, who continues to give Dez license to let his emotions run away with him. Because he always says, gee, I get what he was feeling, but I told him you can't do that again. Do you think Dez is afraid not to do that again? I don't think so. I think they have spoiled him rotten. They have stunted his growth in Dallas for all the reasons you brought up yesterday about the Philadelphia Eagles. Deshaun had one of his little tantrums that he threw at Nick Foles, and it continued on the sideline. And what did you tell me happened after the game? You told me that the owner showed up at Deshaun's locker, and Jeffrey Lurie, I don't know if he read the riot act or just told him this is not acceptable, but you said that that was stronger leadership on the part of the Phillies brass than what you see often from the Dallas brass. I would agree with that. I thought yesterday they basically gave Dez a pass for running off the field because he didn't want to cry in front of the TV cameras. Stop it.